Well, hello everyone. I hope that you're all doing very well this lovely evening. We've got a little bit going on. Through some of the experimentation I've been doing during the week and trying to see some big visions and ideas for Field. So let's see what we've got. And just going to do a quick check and see that we've got all of our stream stuff coming through here. Just want to make sure, because right now I'm showing as only connected to one of the two channels I stream on. Let's have a look. Looks like we're streaming to both, just the chat hasn't updated yet. Let me refresh that fella. And it might pick up both places. There we go. We picked up both places. We are ready to begin. First of all, I'm just going to quickly pull up Discord into another window. Make sure my Slack is not going to open as well. And we'll get cracking. Alrighty, so let's get a new window going here. We're just going to take a quick look at linode because I just want to do some cost savings on the servers that I'm running. So it's costing me about $160 a month, which is fine, but don't earn really that much money outside of work stuff. So I want to kind of reduce that down a little bit. So I'm going to check out the CPU usage. I have hit 80% CPU. That's okay. The disk IO is fine. Let's check out long view. Alright, so GW2 we're using a little bit of RAM, a little bit of swap, a little bit of storage. I think we can pull this linode down, resize it a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the resize functionality and let's see if we can pull it back down to 2 CPUs for now. So what I've got is I've got a dedicated, actually it should go back here to linode. So Lean CDOE is currently running a 16 gig that's got a whole bunch of websites and services running on it right now. That's awesome. That's needed because if we take a look at Longview, we're running pretty high on things like RAM and stuff like that, just constantly running servers. We'll probably optimize that at some point, but not right now. Whereas this is really not being used all that much. So to sort this out, I think we're going to go and resize GW2. So let's see how this process goes. Now, last time I did this, things broke. So hopefully this will be okay. Let's check. I just want to make sure that we don't need that 160 gigs. And I want to drop down to this plan as well. Oh, so 80 gigs. All right, let's just take a quick squiz. Let's use terminal. I'm going to SSH into GW2. And using my master passcode. And we'll grab out our extra factor here. Okay, I think it's df-h for memory. Yes, it is. All right, so we have 157 gigs. We're only using 14. We'll be absolutely fine. And most of the reason that we're not using so much of the main drive is that I've got a separate volume mounted to this repositories directory. And the way it works is, so I mount to Dan's repos, and then I do a bind FS from Dan's repos to repositories and have some, UID bit settings and all that on it, which really does help. It just makes it look like it's part of my local file system. So we're fine to resize that. Let's do that right now. Resize linode. Your linode is too large for the new service plan. Please resize your disk to accommodate the plan. Alright, let's do that. Let's just follow the instructions. Alright. Downgrading to a smaller plan. There we go. This is the one. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So we can even do it straight from here apparently. Let's go to storage. And this, I assume, is what we need to resize. Oh, it's not going to let us resize it. Okay. Let's... Must be because it was built before they put that in. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly Google it because I can't be bothered to work it out. Resize partition in Linux. Oh, we don't want to use gparted. Alright, so we want to use terminal. Alright. Resizing. Shrinking the partition. Ext4 does not support online shrinking. Okay. Well, looks like we're going to reboot the server into our rescue mode. That should be fine. And terminal's not running, so we should be good. All right. So this is going to take a little bit of time. Let's watch it using Lish. So we'll copy that across. It'll ask us for our linode password. I probably got that wrong. Oh, taking its sweet time. Okay, it's running in rescue mode anyway, so sweet. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's resize the disk. Did I close that? No, it should be fine. So resize partition Linux terminal. Let's go. We've unmounted it. Alright, let's try this. So sudo resize 2fs dev sda 80 GB or G E2 fsck-f dev sda. It's possible that I force closed it somehow, but we'll make sure. All right, and we're resizing. All right, so that was very quick. Interesting. Alright, I think that'll be okay. Let's I think I'm just going to quit out of this for now. And give it a go. Let's refresh this just to make sure. And we'll go to resize, shed CPU, down to 4. We should be okay. It's not too big though. What does it say? I'm somewhat surprised. Let's just take a look using this one for now. We'll go back to terminal, run this again. Takes its sweet time. Fdisk dev SDA. No partition is defined. Yeah, that's interesting. List known partition types. No. We want to I think I've done a crap job here. Okay, print the partition table. Here we go, dev SDA. Did resize completely change the disk or what? What to expect? Downgrading to a smaller plan. Oh, it wants to power off. Okay, we can do that. All right, let's execute that then. That's probably what was going on. Oh well. If I've bricked it, it's okay. And if that's done, is our server down? Should be. Come on, why aren't you off already? Okay, there we go. Alright, now we can resize you to 80 megabytes. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Disk used for resizing. Nice. And now we wait again. All right. One of the hardest things about streaming is you've got to be a little bit brutal about what you want to do. See, okay, that's weird. The server's back up again. Is it? No, okay, it is resizing. No, it's running again. Could not be resized. Okay, so it came back up on its own. Let's just see if I can SSH back into it now that it's... Oh, that ain't good. Come back out. Might have to restore from a backup. When was my last backup? 6:06 on the 2nd of the 11th. Whoa! That could work. Interesting. Why does it have 0 allocated to it? This is all kind of funky. Like, I appreciate such a beautiful interface, but this doesn't help, does it? It really doesn't. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Who knows? Well, we'll give it another go. Unfortunately, there's going to be quiet times like this all the time, especially when you're waiting for stuff like shutting down to happen. What else can you do? Well, I guess while I wait, I could set up some move transitions. That could be good. Alright, let's do it. Let's cut to that one. Dan camera. Filters. Here, I'll share some of the stuff as I go, hey? Let's take screen 2, put it over to the side for a second while we wait for that to happen. And we'll add in, that was screen 1, screen 2. put screen 1 on top for now. And you can take a look at what's going on. So what we'll do while we wait, oh, it's offline. Of course it's offline. All right, well, I don't have any really good views though. Oh, well, all right. I will go to this one. Which one? All right. I'll put it back where it was. And we'll just quickly continue on with this. All right, resize this fella. Make it 80. 1, 2, 3. So 163 gig. 80 gig. Yep. Cool. All right, just queued for resizing. Let's see how this one goes, and then we will go back to our minimized view and continue on with some transition-y stuff. All right, so what we'll do is we'll click on Dan Camera, which is this fella here, and we will go to filters. I'm going to add a move transition. Where is it? And what do I want to do here? I think it's move value, and this will be we'll call this one left corner. What settings can we look at? We're going to go with, see, it only is going to change it. It's a different way to do it, isn't there? Move action, move source. What happens if I do that? Dan's camera. Get transform. What if we say X of 50 for instance? What happens? What happens if we do that? Oh, we definitely don't want that. Undo. Thank you very much. Oh. All right. And our disk has resized, so let's see if we can resize the whole thing. So let me just go back to screen 1 at its full height. And we're going to go back to shared CPU number 4, 80 gigs resize. Okay, it worked. And then once we've done that, we're going to find out if I killed it, which would be interesting. Let's see. Alright, and then while I wait, we'll shrink this back down again and back to some more stuffs. So, we want the Dan's camera folder to do something funky. I'm going to remove move source. It's not the one we're looking for. I'm going to set 3D transform, possibly. I'm going to say if I go 50 here. No. Alright, so 3D transform ain't going to do the job for us. We need something that will... Something that's going to change the transform. Actually, does auto framing work? Cancel that. I'm just curious. I think auto framing was only for like it's one of those NVIDIA things, which doesn't work for me, but I could be wrong. I mean, it's not doing it. I'm just playing around here. I mean, it can't tell where I am, I guess. When I turn it on, it's just not doing anything. Oh, actually, let me get rid of the aspect ratio. Provider order, yeah, NVIDIA face detection provided by NVIDIA Broadcast. And then, of course, I don't have that, so I can't use auto framing right now until I get a better GPU. Well, that was a fun little side adventure. Let's just leave that one alone. And we're going to go back to our set aside, which is a mess. I'm sorry, it probably just looks terrible. Oh. What we will do. So if I right click, I can go and have a look at the transforms. They are there. All right, so let's go to filter, add one. I honestly thought that there was a way to go move value, not to a filter, to settings. Yeah, just like honestly thought there was some way to do this. Okay, my server is offline now. It doesn't appear to be resizing. So as you can see, my way of like doing a transition here is to resize it over in the left window, and then I hit the move, and then you get this nice transition, which is just not all that good. And I don't want like different scenes for each version. It's just, yeah. All right, mister, will you power on? Will you raise yourself to life? And then while we look at that, let's go move plugin, OBS transform. Weird, my restream logged out for a second. Is there like a website for this fella? Install instructions. I'm gonna look for transform here. All right. Okay, so it looks like I can just go into here, filters, add move source. Move source. This will be camera left side. Actually, we'll go camera right side first. And this is where the source is Dan camera. Okay, we might have this. It'll be 1,000 seconds in length. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And then the transform is that. Yes, perfect. Okay, now we're gonna add another one. This will be camera left side. Hold on, left side. Perfect. Okay, now this time, I added the wrong one. Hold on. Camera. So move source. Camera left side. 1, 0, and we get the transform. Oh, that's Steinberg. We want Dan camera. There we go. Okay, and what we'll do here is I'm just going to quickly move this fella over this side. Okay, now go back into my filters. Camera left side. Get the transform. Changes that, and so now right side, left side. That's pretty cool. Okay, now here's the interesting thing. It looks like I still have to transition things, so that could work though. That could work. Let's go into Stream Deck. And did it open? Should have. Okay, so these are our Spotify ones. I really want to change the. Here, I'm just going to put title V30, V15, and V0, so I know which ones are which, and then this is my status icon. Alright, that helps me a lot. Where am I going to put these? I'm going to say, yeah, here, here, and here. Alright, that's good. So along the top, let's do our camera positions. So let's go to OBS Studio, and we're going to do filters. And this one will be camera top left. Sorry, bottom left. And to do this, we'll go to interesting that. Oh, is it set aside? There it is. Set aside filter camera left side. And then we'll do another one. Another filter. And this one will be right camera. I'm gonna have to sort of split this down a bit. Right cam, left cam, and you are from set aside. Right. Okay, so with that in mind, now I should be able to just switch these across. That's pretty good. Very cool. And then once we've done that, I can transition them. So I'll put my transition over here. Is that my scenes here? So scene 1, just going to be starting to program. Next one, you will be intro to program. You will be set aside transition. Where is it? Scene. Actually, I may set these to previews for now. Okay, and you'll be set aside. I like that. Actually, no, set aside transition, because that's the next one I go to, because it's still got the audio behind it. Intro transition. Scene. And you will be set aside. Nice. And then another scene for break, and this one I'll just set to stream on break, straight to program for now, because it's just a one thing. Same with intro, actually, you could be straight to program. And then finally, or close to finally, just chatting. And we'll add the drawing one in there too. That was pretty cool. Scene. And that was this one. Cool. We will do a little master thing here, which is be previewed with program. And that's a good start. So like if I want to go like right camera and then transition it on the stream, I can do that. Looks like I'm gonna have to maybe change how I do that. Transition. Yeah, I'll add these transitions in here. Cut. Diamond. They're not going to really fit there at the moment. Might have to create another folder. And this will be for Spotify. I'll grab all of these. Oh, too far. I did it again. All right. Let's Spotify here, and we can move these transitions along, which would be nice. All right, Diamond. What other transitions have we got? Transition for Swipey Boy. And this one will be move, I think. And that looks good to me. Move over 1,000 seconds, swipe, cut. Yeah, that looks all good to me. All right, so now left cam, we're gonna go with move, go. Hey, that looks better. All right, let's go back to where we were. Right cam. All right, let's do some source visibilities as well. We want to ensure that on set aside we can turn off screen 1. And that we can do it with screen 2 as well. Source visibility, screen 2. All right. Now, so theoretically speaking, can turn the screens off. Nice. Perfect. Okay, great. I'm very happy with that. So for now, screen 2 can disappear. Transition that across, and that's OBS set up a lot better tonight. Just that quickly. All right. So we've resized. We're booting. We're running. Okay, let's log in. Terminal. SHGW. Host is not. Oh, GW2. Okay, it's asking for the verification code. That's a good sign. Heck yes. And looking at that, we have a smaller disk now. Perfection. Whoa. Whew. We got it done. So just to recap on why we did that, very simply, I gave some more power to lean CWE, which was a higher cost. So I reduced the cost of GW2 because that's not in use right now. So now that's done, I wanted to talk a little bit about Unison Web. Something I discovered the other day, but I wanted to give you a bit of background about what I've been thinking and why I even found Unison Web. So let me take a drink. I'll take a minute's break, in fact, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about, we'll have a bit of a chat about Unison Web. Alrighty, so we're talking Unison Web and what I think is the future of programming. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying that Unison Web is the future of programming. I'm trying to say that there is a future of programming that doesn't yet exist. And I think Unison is potentially a way that we're going to get there. So let's talk about what I think about the future of programming. So I think it's been held back to largely like old school programming in some ways, as in like held back by some old thoughts and ideologies back from when we had terminals and we had to write or, punch card things into computers. And here's why I think we're sort of stuck still at that time. And what I mean by that. So let me first of all get up Visual Studio Code, a new window. And let me explain. So right now, okay, let's just assume I want to create a function in JavaScript. And I'm going to use JavaScript as an example because it's the language I've been working in the most lately. It's not my favorite, it's just a language. So let's create a function. The classic foo, and it does something. Let's just console log something for now. I'm alive. All right, this is really cool. That is conceptually the same in a lot of ways, and I'm not saying it is completely the same as something like this. console.log. I'm alive. All right, so that's cool. But there's an issue. If I have this in source control, right? Let's just say, Brian, my colleague, goes ahead and he recodes so it looks like this. And let's just pretend for a moment that there's semantically no difference between the two, when we both know that, okay, so for the uninitiated, the difference between the two is that it's effectively just something like that. That's what foo does. Actually, to be more clear, what that code is more like this. There we go. All right, so they're functionally the same now. All right, we've got two functionally the same, and I like writing it like this. Not really, but let's just say I like writing it like that. And this is how Brian likes to write it. He refactors so it looks like this. Remembering there's functionally no difference between the two, what happens? Well, we get a merge conflict when we're trying to put the code together, because the world that we're living in as programmers is a world of plain text. Not a world of functionality, a world of plain text. And I see this as a problem because, for example, what if I wanted, there could be a world in which I can program in a Python way or a Ruby way where I've got indentation as my delimiters, or I've got all sorts of things like that. I'm talking this entire time with Spotify going crazy here. Let me just turn it down a bit with a compressor. All right, so that should be a lot better when I'm talking. So yeah, so these are functionally the same. Plain text, merge issues, that's a problem. There's potentially a world in which I have a colleague who is just absolutely insane and can program in some sort of visual 3D representation, and another colleague who likes coding plain text this way, and another colleague who likes, plain text, something like this, a little bit coffee scripty right? There's a world in which this could exist. And the issue is that you kind of have to choose a language based on how it looks to you, how it works, aside from it being a tooling thing. And then different projects have different styles. And then we get lost in kind of syntactical differences rather than functional differences, and we've mixed the two up. That's a really big problem to me for the future of programming. So we need a way to talk about code, to do code in terms of functionality. So what does that look like? That looks like ASTs. So right now, things like a V8, which is what Node is built on, systems. What else uses ASTs? I think PHP might use ASTs. A couple other languages use ASTs, but ASTs are what does it mean? It's an abstract syntax tree. So most programming languages have to describe some sort of syntax to work, and I think we can even get past that, but that's that's another story. But at the very least, it's a good start. An abstract syntax tree. It takes it from the plain text that we have and turns it into an abstract syntax tree. What does that look like? Well, let's take a look at Ast Explorer for a minute. AstExplorer.net. This is a really great way of getting a look at how ASTs work. So here we have this Ast Explorer. We've got some comments. We've got this let tips equals, which is an array of strings. We've got a function called print tips. And so now we can explore, we can explore how this works. So let's take a look at the function. It's going to be the easiest, I think. So the function is a function declaration that has an identifier which contains its name, print tips. And then inside that, the body or the block statement has within it an expression statement, which has a call expression and a member expression, etc., etc. This can get quite complex. This is not really meant to be human readable. It really isn't. So, but here's the thing, like, do we all need to code like this to get this? I don't think so. I mean, obviously there's some parts of this that are like unique to the code, like the starts and ends, but we don't really need plain text here to have code, right? I think we can go further. I think we can define the tree of every program, of every function in some way that doesn't involve knowing the starts and ends. Oh, excuse me. And having a way of mapping backwards and forwards between them. And so like imagine a visual graph language, for example, Unreal's blueprints. So imagine a colleague might work with, I mean, this looks like a terrible example, but an Unreal blueprint. Let's have a close-up look. Let's open this image in a new tab. There we go. All right, so it could look like this. How cool would it be if you were a bit more of a visual person and you worked with your code like that and it didn't affect your colleagues, right? This is what I think ASTs or some form of AST in the future could really unlock. So that gives you the idea about the source code plain text and the developer accessibility that this could unlock. So this is where I started looking up for something that was based on AST programming called Unison. Unison's super cool. I'm still learning about it. It's based on Haskell. I think it's built on Haskell too. But they store code in a database using ASTs and like hashes of function bodies, which is super cool. So it's a step in the right direction. I don't think it's there yet. The guys behind Unison can probably tell me one way or the other, but I don't think it's exactly there yet. But it could be. So why did I want to talk Unison? Well, I think Unison could possibly help us to get towards a world where I can visually code and someone else can code the way they want. I can visually code. And that's a world I'm really excited about. It's a world I've been thinking about for a very long time. So tonight we're going to play around with Unison. I'm going to check it out, see what we can build, read the documentation, see what we can go with. And we'll go through this process together. And you could tell me what you think in the comments or in the chat. This is a good time if you're lurking to say good day. And let's see how we go. All right, so let's get started with Unison. We're going to do Unison locally, and that's only if it's available on Windows. But we'll get started there if it's available on Windows. Otherwise, we'll use my computer. There we go, Windows users. That's awesome. Let's install manually. Winget. We'll try that. I don't know if I have that, but we'll give it a go. We do. Awesome. We'll download UCM. I think I have Git for Windows on, actually. Yeah, I do. Oh well, it'll be fine to do another install, I think. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they use Git as well, because I don't see how Git really can manage ASTs. Man, yawning a lot tonight. All right, that's successfully installed. Let's unzip UCM. And where we're going to extract it to is a local bin folder that I have. So local wait, hold on. Where is my user? See, I hate this thing. This is stupid, right? Why can't it just be C users Daniel bin? Right. Could have sworn I had something here. Oh, well, we'll extract it here. Let's see how we go. And let's run UCM. Alrighty. Now, this is a major thing I think that's an issue with UCM, is the idea of all these entities that you need to run it. Because I think one of the big problems, well, let's take a look at the fundamentals, and I can kind of explain. Hold on, let's see if I can find documentation on the code base manager. Excuse me. All right, yeah, here we go. So, project, main, latest, whatever else. Yeah, there's this idea that, yeah, this is going to take a while to get through. Maybe I shouldn't do this on stream. I don't know. Is it interesting enough to the audience? Like, do you want to go through this process, or would you prefer that I was an expert in Unison before we do this? No response, so let us do it anyway. All right. So we're initiating a Unison code base, and we'll start with the quick state namespace. All right, let's give that a go. Oh, it's still downloading. This will take a while, I guess. If this takes much longer, I'm probably going to skip and go to Overwatch. I've talked a bit about Unison, what I think of it, so it might be time to move on. Just make sure that I'm seeing everything in Restream at the moment. Channel. It's here. Are you in here, Phoenix? Phoenix171, are you here? Oh, you are here. I wasn't getting any messages in Restream. What is this? Look at this. Look at this. This is my Restream chat window, and it says I've got nothing here. Right? Nothing is showing up. It says connected, and it's not receiving anything. Man, I wonder how many like chat messages I missed as a result. Yeah, I can see them because I logged back in. Did you only just join the stream? Hey, some things are appearing on the stream now. Nice. It's now saying, do it. Did you see my Twitch? Ooh. I think Twitch might be at the current time. I'm not sure. You let me know. I think Twitch might be a bit faster than YouTube here. Man, I wish like even... I'm going to refresh this source again. Let's see if I can see any chat messages this time. Come on, Restream. Man, so the the restream chat's working because obviously you can see that on the stream, but it's not. All right, well, let me pull up the YouTube chat on the side here and then I'll be able to see what you're saying. Oh, hey, and my advice didn't come through. Oh, okay, there you go. What was your advice? Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Then I can see what you're saying. I'll have to keep Twitch chat open separately, not Twitter. Phoenix 171. Can I pop the chat out? Yep, there it is. All right, I've popped the chat out. That works for me. And then that way, I could just do this. Sweet. Oh, to do it, like to do what? I'll read it. Okay, cool. All right, let's go through it together then. And did you see my like talk on what unison is, or did you miss that? Or like why unison's cool? So this is what I was saying, that like the problem is that this is just spending way too much time trying to download stuff, and that's a problem. It's just hello. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it did work. It just didn't load. All right, that's good to know. All right, let's open. I'm just gonna keep my chat up. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna quickly hide the screen, and then that way I can change the display settings, increase the size so that it's way more visible. And then once I've done that, I can re-enable the screen and you can see it. If you go back further in the stream as well, I showed my Stream Deck setup as well. So if you have a look in my here, so I've got this folder here, which is my stream folder, and then inside that I've got all my different camera setups. So I can hit like move to left camera, and then I can hit my transition button, and that's all working now. I can use my diamond swipe to transition as well. So if I turn the screen off, I can then transition it like that. If I wanted to, I'll turn it back on and transition with the swipe. So yeah, that's all working on the Stream Deck now using these buttons, which makes things so much easier. So how I set this up is in the stream. So if you need it or you want it for later, that's go back through and have a look. Wish there was a way to like make a note of when I've hit stuff, but yeah. All right, so we're in Unison. Let's drag that over here. Let's bring up our Unison stuff. We don't need linode anymore. We don't need the catalog share for now. Let's CD into Quick Start. And now we're going to go fork base lib base. So it says that a project's dependencies are located in a namespace called lib. The code for our namespace will be simple, so we only need the base library in scope. Let's create a copy of the base library that was downloaded to base with the fork command. All right, so what's that done? That's a great question. Can we ls here? Okay, so under lib, what do we got? And then base, and then okay, so this is effectively the repository for base, which is pretty cool. All right, let's cd back out. Hello? Interesting. Okay, cool. It doesn't know how to clear. No. All right, so what we'll do, run our first program. Back in your terminal, create a file called scratch-u. All right, so I think this might be wanting us to open a new window here. I can't tell. Where is it? No, yeah, okay. All right, so we'll create another terminal window. Put this to the side. I think we can access Vim here. No. Vi? No. Darn. Let's just use VS Code then. And we'll pull this fella off to the side here. And let's just see if we can find any extensions for Unison. Hey, that's sick. All right. Unison sidebar, configure codebase. All right, sweet. Let's install syntax highlighting and the official extension. Okay, grab Unison, configure codebase, enter the UCM URL. I'm going to assume that if I go question mark, I might be able to find it in here. Let's see. Load, help. Display? No. API. Oh. Here we go. Let's grab this one. Copy that and go to here, configure codebase, paste. Unexpected token E. No. Okay, what does this say in the settings here? No, we don't want that one. Let's go back to Unison UI, and it says instance API. This is the same URL as UCM, but with UI replaced with API. So I did that. It didn't work. Does it work if I look at the UI? It does. So that would assume that it's working. Oh, my week's been great, thank you. Working hard. Working on a role-based access control system for my work stuff, and that has been a pain. And then we went to do a release today, and everything was broken. How's your week been? All right, so we will grab out I think that's good. We'll just leave Unison UI. It's obviously not working. Unison language is installed. Let's just delete those, get rid of our sidebar. Let's create a new file. And like it says, we'll go my term equals, hold on. You lost UCM. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Let's say this as scratch.u. And this will give us a long list of files. We'll just go and say no extension. We'll say .u on the end. And if we save it here, it should come up in Unison. Let's see if it detected it. Unison. All right. I loaded Scratch.u and didn't find anything. All right, so that's an interesting exception. Oh, here's what we can do. Let's exit for a bit, and let's open a terminal in here so that we can keep the two together. Let's go UCM, and now we're running Unison. Sweet. Let's go my term equals list map x of function x times 10. And then we're going to execute that on the following set. And then we're going to say we want to print out my term. So Unison should evaluate that for us. Very nice. Unison type check the definitions. We want to add or update it to the code base. We could add it, but we're not going to now. All right, that was pretty good. That was our quick start. Let's have a look at What's next here? What can we do next? The big idea. Big idea behind Unison, and explain some of the benefits. Each Unison definition is defined by a hash of its syntax tree. A hash being like some sort of math that creates so like we take this as the input to our function, and the output could be like some sort of, you know, hexadecimal, well, not BS because we can't have S in hexadecimal, but we could have, you know, something like this as the result. And so that's the hash of this here. So each Unison definition is identified by a hash of its syntax tree, the syntax tree being what's this part here. Here's an example, the increment function on nat. Nat is just natural number, so increment nat increment n equals n plus 1. And I don't know what we'll do if I save that. Cool. While we've given this function a human readable name, and the nat and the function nat plus also has a human readable name, names are just separately stored metadata that don't affect the function's hash. The syntax tree of increment that Unison hashes look like is something like this. It says Unison uses 5 12-bit SHA-3 hashes, which have an unimaginably small chance of collision. So, interesting. All named arguments are replaced by positionally numbered variable references, and all dependencies, in this case the nat plus function, are replaced by their hashes. Thus, the hash of increment uniquely identifies its exact implementation and pins down all of its dependencies, which is pretty cool. I am not going to go further through that because we want to do some more code. Code is fun. Am I right? The classic Hello program performs console interactions via the IO ability. All right, let's do this. So let's go hello world and define IO exception and returns a function. I assume that's what that means. I wish they had a little bit more explanation on the syntax on this page, but that's okay. Hello world equals do. Use text plus plus, and let's go name equals not console, get line, print line, hello plus plus name. Interesting. I wonder why plus plus. And then we will execute run hello world. Unexpected offset. Ooh, fancy. Here, because we didn't. There we go. So that's not working, but I wonder if I can run hello world here. I can. It's taking its sweet time though. What are you doing? Maybe it wants my name. My name is Daniel. Hello, Daniel. Okay, cool. There we go. Or add hello world program to the database by packaging it up in a binary executable. All right, add please. Compile hello world hello file. Okay, let's have a look at what that did. This will produce an executable file called hello file UC in the same directory as the code base. You can then start the program in your terminal. Oh, fancy. Will we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do it quickly. UCM run compiled. Aha. So that's a command, hello file .uc. Let's just go exe. No. So it's probably going to want us to do something like this, and that will run it. Daniel. Ta-da! So still requires UCM to run, which is interesting. So it's not exactly compiled. It's like semi-compiled. So, basic functions. The following introduce a function double with one parameter, nat, which returns nat. Okay, cool. So this must be a type definition then. So this says I'm defining hello world, which accepts an IO input and an exception. I wonder if that's kind of like an expander. Interesting. Here, delayed computation syntax. Oops, let's go back. The exclamation symbol is syntactic sugar for introducing a thunk. A thunk is a function which takes no arguments and returns value. Its type is function returns a, and it's used to delay calculating a value until forced or evaluated. All right, so in this case, hello world is a function that eventually I'm not sure. It returns another function. That's very strange. A more detailed look at delayed computations. Let's have a look. Values in unison are not by default lazily evaluated, but it's common to want to express that value or calculation should be delayed until it's absolutely needed. For example, the term long text, in the following snippet is evaluated strictly. So long text is a text, here it is. Coin flip is a boolean that returns text. Coin flip bool equals if bool, then long text else high. But you might not actually need to evaluate long text. There are circumstances where the calculation of a value might be very expensive or could introduce sizing behavior. One way you might want to solve this is to create a thunk function with no arguments, which returns the desired value or computation when it's called. I get it. So you can have something complex happen inside that function, and then it gets the value when you need it, which makes sense. So long text is something that returns a text. Long text underscore. The unison provides a single quote as syntactic sugar for representing the function in the form function returns a. We can just rewrite the type text as text. Okay, cool. So these are functionally equivalent. And then returns long text. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Interesting. So this is returning a function that's eventually executed, which accepts an IO and an exception, and returns a function. Yeah, okay. I can get behind that. What does it say about the exclamation mark? Single quote, an underscore, or the do function introduce a thunk, and the bang symbol executes it. But what if we want to call coin flip with the argument true and then return the result of that function? Our final return type is text to do that. Okay, yeah, just syntactic sugar. Fascinating. It is a little bit, it's a bit confusing. I'm not going to lie. I wonder if Haskell, on which this is based, has the concept of a thunk. And if that's the case, I wonder if it yeah. Haskell, man. Alright, so I mean, maybe not the best thing for them to introduce a thunk straight off the bat. But, well, that's what it is. Alright, lists. Square brackets introduce a union list. List plus plus 4.5. List plus plus is an operator for list concatenation. Okay, cool. So this means that text is probably represented as a list of characters. So we use the append to get these characters as well. I wonder if I can investigate that. Maybe I'll do that later. List transformations. Okay, this is a pipe function. So it means like pass the value into the next step. So you're going, get a range from 0 to 10, pass the value into list map. pass values into list map, where it then executes a times 100, so 0 times 100, 1 times 100, etc., etc. Passes those into list filter, which then checks to see if they are true. And then I'm not sure what fold left does. That's very interesting. Oh, it might add them all together, and then you get a result, which is pretty cool. Let's just do the calculation and see if we got that right, if that's my understanding is correct. Let's go 0 times 100 is obviously 0, so we can 1 times 100. Oh, 1 times 100, etc. Okay, cool. So that's going to go all the way up to thousands of values, and then filter it. And then, yeah, there's no point in me working that out. If else pattern matching. Okay, the expression below is written with both if then and else syntax, and with pattern matching syntax. All right, let's have a look. Use nat mod. So from the natural number, we want to use the mod function. We're defining is even is a number that equals a function, I guess. Oh, is that really a function if you do it that way? This is odd. If the modulus of num of 2 is equivalent to 0, then true, else false. Is even equals cases. Yeah, this is funky. Unisys pattern matching feature includes variable binding, pattern guard, separate. Yeah, so like, I don't understand any of that. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So, I know a little bit about pattern matching. Like, in JavaScript, we would do like match. Is it match or is it case? Then case, so something like that. So that's the kind of like equivalent here. Oh, it's a switch. It's not match, it's switch. And then JavaScript recently actually added pattern matching. JavaScript pattern matching. Here it is. So it's early days, but they have this match thing. So when it's equivalent to this, then do that. When it's when we get these variables, do this. When we get these variables, and if 300 is status or less than, blah blah blah, do this. So it's kind of pattern matching. So if we try and do that here, match sum. I'm not sure what sum is. So they've introduced something to us that we don't know what it is, and we can't get access to it. It's apparently broken right now. So if it's none, we return the string none. If n, okay, pass it into is even. Okay, so if n, pipe into is even of n, then we say n is a variable, and okay, it is a pattern guard. Cool. I think so. This is equivalent to that JavaScript thing where he was like, where we saw where some variables if here. So this pipe is the guard, like if. I'm going to assume, right? So I don't know. This is funky as opt binds to the entire optional value. So no idea what that is. I guess we just is what it is. I just don't know. Maybe opt becomes a variable here for any n that doesn't match these patterns. I don't know. All right, type declarations. A unison data type with uniqueness determined by its name. So a unique type of living things is a fill of this, and then we have a structural type, a recursive tree data type with a single type parameter. It defines something about itself. Interesting. The structural keyword means that types defined with the same structure are identical. Okay, that's really cool. So this is one of the cool things about Unison. If you get it defined in like 3 different libraries with 5 different names, it will just treat this as the same type. So you could use a glance tree in somewhere else that was I don't know, that had the same structure. That's the only way I can explain that. Record types allow you to name the fields of your type. Cool. Unique type pet has an age, species, and food preference. So this is like structs or maps, I guess. Creating a record type. Yeah, okay, cool. Exception handling. This is interesting. Non-zero, natural number. Could return an exception. Oh, this is an ability, by the way, I think. Is this going to work? Yeah, it looks like that. This, obviously, I'm not going to probably use this for anything, but I mean, not anything big is what I'm saying, but the potential for this is huge, and I'll get there. So I saw this as something called an ability. So we have this function called not zero, which is a function that accepts a natural number as its first argument and returns a natural number, but also has the potential to raise an exception. Non-zero cases. Okay, so we've got a match thing happening here on n. So if n is a natural number equal to 0, we then raise a generic exception. 0 was found. Otherwise, we return n, which is pretty cool. Then we can catch lazy execute on non-zero, which is interesting to me because this doesn't look like it's a thunk. I guess we're defining a thunk here. Left failure, type link generic 0 was found. Using abilities. Abilities are used for effect management in Unison. Yeah, well, we'll have to find, I think this is starting to get a little too advanced as we scroll down. So we probably need to know what abilities are. So let's try and tour things a bit. Will it explain syntax a bit more? Just scrolling through to check. Okay, that's probably important to read at some point. I have 2 lurkers now. Well, I guess not 2 lurkers because I've got you, Phoenix171, and then someone else. Well, welcome. Moving and renaming terms. That's interesting. But not relevant to us right now. So let's see if we can find something else because we really want to learn more about the fundamentals. Oh, here we go. Terms. Unison. In Unison, we give a value a name. Favorite pie, text. Favorite pie is equal to apple pie. We call these term declarations, and they have 2 parts. The first is a type signature. Unison is also able to infer the type of a given item, so you might see this first part omitted for simple definitions. So we could literally just write this if we wanted to. By convention, types are capitalized in Unison, whereas term names are camel case. The value assigned to a Unison term doesn't vary while a program is running. So if you try and reassign it like this, UCM will fail the type check. Interesting. So it's not mutable. Yes, Mr. Phoenix171. You said A. What up? Hello? Are you there, lad? No? That's fine. Or you could be typing, I guess, if you're on mobile. UCM fail type check. Let's just try that for funsies. So we have Scratch U open right now. Let's go Matthew. Actually, hold on. We've got hello world in here. Can I do another hello world? It worked. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. I know you're there lurking, but there's 2 people lurking right now. So yeah. What's that about? Hello, Moto. Okay, cool. So, but if we do hello world again, rel equals no, it will error. Multiple bindings with the same name. Okay, so we can only define it once in a scratch pad. Because if I do this, it'll get updated. Interesting. Cool. So, tuples. Tuples are good. We know about tuples. Decomposition. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got functions to define things. Tuple 3, okay, so this is, yeah. All right, so there's a term for this in Python, and I forget what the term is, but it is. Oh, fine, I'll look it up. It's Python destructors. Is that right? No, it's not a destructor. Variable. Decomposition. Decompose. Yeah, we go. See? Decompose. Right? Right. Decompose. And they call it tuple pattern decomposition. Yeah, okay, cool. So pretty similar. Alright, so you need a couple basic types. Here's a blah, 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 text char. Interesting. I'm so curious that because okay, here's the thing. If I want to say hello world is equal to hello plus world, it's going to error. Your current namespace is too deep. The definition is part of this library. To add a the type should conform to text O. I found some terms. Yeah, so this is funky, right? But if I use plus plus, that works. And I think the reason is underlying this. We're using characters. So let's go take hello and world, and let's say hello plus world. And I don't think that will do anything because whereas I'm just curious. I want to see if I can like trick it into being text. I don't think that's going to work either. Okay. What is... Okay, maybe it's a tuple? So what I was hoping was that like hello world. So like string hello world was actually just like a tuple of a whole bunch of characters like this, but it's not. It could be still under the hood, but we don't see it. Anyway, here's what it is. All right, defining terms. What's next? Common collections. Okay, data types, managing collections of values, maps and sets. We're not going to worry about those right now. Functions. Not right now, because we sort of know the functions. Operators. When working, you might encounter following operators which are provided by the base library. They are commonly used for manipulating the order in which a function is applied to its arguments. Okay, also known as compose, takes in two functions, b and c, and a and b, and returns a function from a to c. If the order read this, it was after. Okay, so false after is even. Okay, cool. Boolean. Wait, what? Alright, we'll deal with that one later too. That'll take some time to like really focus in. Oh, good night, Mr. Phoenix 171. Catch you on the flip side. Delayed computation. This is the part where we need to really understand. But it looks like it may be the same documentation. It is? Also something to check out later. All right, well, I think for the last part of the stream, I'm going to do some Overwatch. Just to chill out, to finish it off. So, let's get rid of this one. Actually, we'll make sure we close these down properly. It's a good fun little experiment. And get rid of those. Open up Overwatch. Oh, actually, before we do, I need to set the screen size. So you have to forgive me while I remove your screen like this, and I reset the screen size on my end, which you can't see, back to 100% because it's what I normally use. And then I'll re-enable your ability to see that screen. While I wait, just before I do, one thing I should look at here is if I want Overwatch to appear over the top. Oh no, it appears anyway. Cool. Alright, well in that case, I'm going to disable Overwatch so you guys can only see me now. And I'm going to start up Overwatch. We'll kill the music for a while as well. And let Overwatch be our sound. So you should be seeing Overwatch about now. Now. Haha, you see it now. Cool. I need to resize it. You should be able to see it a little bit bigger now. I'm going to hop on a call with Delta, and we'll talk about a little bit about Unison while we have a discussion. So let me give you a call, and while the call is starting up, let me try and fix some stuff as well. Hello.
Oh, I have push to talk on. That's weird.
Oh, that is weird. So people can't hear you on the stream yet, so I'm just adding Discord as audio for a second. There are 2 people watching at the moment.
Hello.
Oh, actually they can. My bad. They can hear you. And I was about to start some Overwatch, but I'll talk through Unison first. We'll spend a bit of time on stream running through it. But we had a conversation. Like, did you understand what I was trying to get at with what I thought about Unison?
Look. Oh, is that working?
Yeah.
Am I transmitting right now?
Transmitting what?
Just like, am I speaking right now?
Yeah.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Okay. We'll wait for him to come back.
Hello, there we go.
Hey.
I think now.
Okay, sweet.
My push to talk button was reversed. So weird.
Oh, so it was push to mute.
No, it was yeah, I guess so. It was just really weird.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Unison Web, or Unison Lang, or whatever you want to call it. Did you understand what I was getting at with Unison, or why it was really cool?
Look, I briefly looked into it and I thought some of the features looked pretty interesting, but in terms of like a wider perspective on the future for Unison, I'm not too well versed in that area, I would say.
Okay.
It's kind of the general idea of it seemed good,
Yeah.
but in terms of the more technical aspects, I would say it's probably not something I fully understood.
All right. Can I share my screen and show you something?
Go for it.
I will share this screen here and then make sure that the stream can also see it. So I sort of went through this on stream before, but I figure no one was watching at that stage anyway. So assume that you have a function. Actually, let me make sure that... Can you see that well?
You might want to zoom that in just a tad.
Yeah, I'm going to.
There we go. Beautiful.
All right, so function. This function, actually, let's go const foo, which makes... Oh, what? Control 0 actually worked? That's the first time I've seen it work. All right, so we got const foo equals a function. Bind this. I don't know if you remember much about prototype and binding, right?
It's a foggy memory.
Yeah. Okay, so in the land of JavaScript, these two functions are semantically the same, like will have the same execution. Does that make sense?
Sure.
But if you were to commit this code here, for example, and then I came along and then tried to rewrite it to this, Git would have a merge error.
Yes.
So that sucks. Because what you have, technically speaking, is the same thing. But Git doesn't know that. Because it only cares about plain text. And that's all that Git runs on, is plain text. And in fact, I think the sucky thing is
Doesn't it hash as well?
Unison?
No. Git.
It hashes a file, yeah, but it doesn't hash like individual functions or anything like that.
Sure. Okay. Fair,
Yeah. So the thing for me, and this is what I think a few people in the community, like the programming community, have been talking about recently, is that I should be able to choose. You know, maybe I want to make my code look, I don't know, something like this. Right? Why?
Sure. I mean, if you wanted to get laughed at everything you did, but sure.
Yeah, that's right. But, you know, or, you know, maybe, in fact, I want to... I'm going to have to open a new window for this. You know, maybe I want to go ahead and... yeah, that's a good one. Open image, new tab. Yeah, oh, great. No, that was not helpful. Is it going to show up properly? No, it's not. Was it this one? Open image, new tab.
Yeah, it's a big one. That should work.
Yeah, nice. All right, so like maybe you might want to code like this, and I might want to code like this. Why can't we? And the answer is majoritively, because I would have to convert this to plain text, something like this, and then that thing would go into Java, like V8 or whatever programming language you're using, right? So I have to convert from that visual representation to plain text and vice versa.
Is the visual representation, though, driven by the plain text anyway? Like, couldn't you still get to the plain text from that visual representation?
Yeah, but like it's like how so like you can ingest it like this, for example, right? But then you need to recognize what style that is. You need to have some sort of like rule set around what style that was. Yeah. And then directly export that style back. So, because once you save the file, you don't want to end up looking like that. Right?
Fair.
Right? Because you imagine all the merge request issues you'd have as a result. It would suck. So these are all like fundamental programming accessibility issues that programmers have accepted for years. And I think we shouldn't. I don't think we should accept that. And the reason is the technology exists kinda to for you to code like this, me to code like this, and someone else to code like this. And us all to be able to work together, no problems at all. And the way that happens is through the AST, the abstract syntax tree. So if I copy the code from here, for example, and I paste that in here, you get this JSON output that looks like this. We'll use the tree to explore it though. So we've got a program which has a body. That body contains a variable declaration, const foo. So it's type const. Its type is variable declaration. And then inside it has a variable declarator.
That's kind of a...
Yeah, it is what it is, right? So its ID is an identifier, which his name is foo. There's foo there. Then its body or its initializer is an arrow function expression. So arrow function expression, which contains a block statement with an expression inside that, which calls something, which is a memory expression, and it has an argument of a literal hello. So what we're calling is, hold on, we're type start. Okay, we're making a call, so that's this thing here. An expression. So I don't even know where console is being printed here. I think that might be. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So memory expression console log. And then that is calling with hello. So like, this is really not human readable. Like we can both agree on that. But both, like all of this can potentially produce code like this or this, theoretically speaking.
Sure, yeah.
In practice, the AST looks completely different if I paste this in. Even though they're functionally inside the engine equivalent. So that kind of gives you the high level of what I'm hoping to achieve one day from a programming language. And then why Unison is really cool is because it's sort of on the way to that. The way like the way it stores data. Let's see if I can find it. You may. Yeah, so it stores .u files. Not .u files, .u something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it stores ASTs. like you saw before, that data structure, it stores them. And so what that means is like you can write code, save it into your Unison code base, and then not have the source files, and then you can pull those source files right back out. But they might look slightly different because it didn't save your particular formatting style.
Right.
But if you were to give it a set of rules, then yeah, you could totally pull it in and out with that, with that same set of styles. And what that means is there's potentially a world in which you could program in Unison using an Unreal Blueprint style GraphQL. Not GraphQL, but visual graphing language.
Nodes.
Or interface. Yeah, node-based programming. Yeah.
Nodes.
Yeah.
That's what the kids say these days.
Yeah. So there you go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, from the good side of things, I think the confusing part, I think, is just the everything else.
Well, long story short is we program with plain text, and there's a conversion step from plain text to like an executable object, like some sort of like data storage, I guess you could say. And then from that data storage into something that your computer runs. So if we remove the plain text step and allow like that data structure to not care at all about plain text, then we have a world in which you can code in any feasible possible. Like imagine having. You
still have to set up the conventions though. You would still have to set up the way to convert it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So, but that can be by like, so that there's a world in which some developer goes, I really, really want to program in 3D with a HoloLens or a Quest or whatever, right? And so they build a translation.
In the metaverse.
Yeah, but they build like some sort of like translation so they can move around 3D objects and like draw lines in space for their program. And so one person in the office can be like typing traditionally, another person could be using Unreal Blueprints, and another guy is lying on his back with a VR headset on, playing using his hands with 3D objects, doing his programming, which would be awesome. I don't know how practical that is, but it's possible.
Did we ever think to
What goeth through thou'st head?
I don't know if I want to program on a Quest, Dan.
Well, I mean, yeah, fair enough.
But yes, no, that is fair enough. Look, I mean, I guess the cool thing is you could technically set stuff up like this for different languages. Yeah,
well, that's the kind of world that you might be able to get to, is that you could almost have a syntax agnostic language. So you could program, like theoretically speaking, in Python-esque syntax with Unison, or Ruby-esque syntax with Unison, or C-esque syntax with Unison. Because you just need a translation layer between the AST and your code, which is just crazy. Like, you could even use completely different function names to a colleague because it's all based on hashes.
But wouldn't... Oh, yeah. But then how would you reference it unless you use the hash?
Well, yeah, I mean, you could talk in hashes, but the hashes could be, they could be human readable. Like you could use, like the entire dictionary. But I mean, that would defeat the purpose. But I mean, like, I'm sort of imagining a world in where like one person conceptualizes a system with like employees and managers and all sorts of stuff, and then another person conceptualizes as like team members and team leaders, something like that.
It doesn't matter what you can program in or what you prefer to program in. It just matters that you understand the concepts of problem solving and being able to adapt quickly to new code bases.
Yeah. So you could literally just name things whatever you want and have it in a conception that matches you. And now you and your colleague are not really interacting based on like an agreed language, but you're not. Well, I guess you'd have to interact based on agreed terms. But the both of you are operating not so much on terms but concepts, which is really cool.
That makes sense. I guess the weird thing would be like troubleshooting specific pieces of code, though, wouldn't it? Like, what if my code does one thing, but their code does another thing, and
two different hashes?
Sorry, both pieces of code do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But my code is broken and not working, but their code is working. Like, how does it know to differentiate between two? Like, it's a mono repo, right? Technically.
I'm not sure. I don't know how to answer that question.
Because, like, what if I push a breaking change to, like, one of my functions and then...
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
The hash of the function changes, right? So if I'm using the old hash of your function, I don't have that problem until I use the new hash of your function, and then I detect that problem.
Sure, but if my piece of... Okay, yeah, there's a few more things that I do need to understand, I think, because I need to understand how the heck it's... identifying which pieces of code do the exact same thing and what. Oh, but I guess it doesn't matter.
No,
it really doesn't matter because it depends wherever you define it. However you translate from one piece of code to the other piece of code, as long as they do the same thing, it doesn't matter.
Exactly, as long as it's functionally equivalent.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. So like,
which means that if you push the breaking change, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Which is super cool. Like I feel like this opens up a whole new world of code management, developer accessibility, and that's without talking about Unison's particular awesomeness with distributed execution as well. Did I lose you?
Hello, apologies. Just dealing with something real quick.
Okay, all good. I'll check my phone too. Oh yeah. I downgraded GW2 tonight because I upgraded Lean.
Oh, GW2 is the old one though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's funny because lean.internal is the largest of the two.
Oh yeah,
so it's more like fat boy.
Thick
boy, yeah. Anyway. Do you have any of your code you want to go through, or are you good?
You mean the spaghetti?
Nom 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 nom.
It's nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. I actually don't have it open right now.
Yeah, that's okay. If you don't have it open, it's fine. I'll probably end the stream anyway and play some Overwatch and then head off to bed.
It's actually open on my work machine, and so Discord says I'm still in code.
Yeah, I know. It does that to me all the time. Like, oh, hey, man, you've been coding a lot.
15 hours coding straight on the same file. absolute chat energy.
Yeah, it's just like a 40,000 line file. That'd be great.
That would actually be cursed.
I
can show you though.
Yeah, right. Chuck it up. You mind me sharing it on the stream?
It's all on Git anyway.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Let me pull it up. Oh, see, look, I've even got my development server still running at work.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, it's not Node, is it? I have to use what's it called?
Top.
Does that work? Oh yeah, that works.
You just killed VS Code.
That's fine.
Good stuff. Alright, I might do some trickery and increase the size of this.
Or maybe not. Okay, there we go.
I need to like grab a circular photo or like profile picture of you so I can put in the bottom right hand side. Oh, actually, I know what to do. This would be fun. Window capture. And Discord, sdelta. Kids. No. It's annoying. I can't see when you're talking. When it's in this mode.
Interesting.
Oh, I need to shut my window. It's very cold. Alright, back in 2 seconds. You would have been alone to the stream all by yourself, except that I transitioned it to my on break screen, and when it does that, there's no audio devices from me or you. Haha.
Heresy of the highest order.
That's right. Might change.
But yes, this is my code. Should I show the thing first?
Yeah, go for it. Okay. Show what it is, so the stream and the recording of the stream knows what it is.
Let me fix my... There we go. So this is effectively my very rudimentary, very basic sort of live streaming setup, which leverages Cloudflare Stream and a few other little fancy things. Originally, it used to also leverage Supabase for its chat features and other fancy stuff like that, but I have done away with it because they upgraded to Supabase 2 and it broke everything. And I wanted to use Next 13, and that just, yeah, no. not working. And I can't really be stuffed to try and wade through the kind of garbage documentation at the moment. So I did recently see, though, there was a really cool thing that I saw someone using Cloudflare workers for a on edge cloud chat, which obviously it didn't save anything because there's no database or anything associated with it. I guess you could technically set one up. I mean, it is just a worker at the end of the day, but I really like the look of it. So I think I might just go down that route and keep everything in Cloudflare just to simplify things. But I might still leverage Supabase for something like a view counter or something like that on the individual clips or page views. But yeah, so it just all it does, it just grabs the Cloudflare API and then just dumps all the videos out into the page, and then I can just click on these videos. And once it loads, I don't have a placeholder loading widget for that yet, but that is the intention. And then I can just hit play, and it should just play on through.
Okay. Very nice.
So, yep, just basic videos. So this is just the Cloudflare stream player as well. And the cool thing that I did spend a lot of time on, that if I go to the actual live site and I copy, if I don't hit back, if I copy one of these URL and go to a
safe Discord place.
A safe Discord place. That is tricky.
I think you can paste it in our chat.
Okay.
I think that's safe. Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah, that is safe.
Just a random change.
That was fine. It was a general chat for ZSU, so just a little
cool.
advertising. But basically all it does, it just grabs that URL and dumps it there and just makes it work.
Nice.
Just a normal embed, but it just means I can use any file size or anything without being restricted to Discord or Twitter's, whatever the hell they want.
Very cool.
Limit.
Okay. There you go.
And the code for that, it's all on GitHub as well. But effectively all it's doing is very basic. It's just a Next 13 application. Actually, is it Next 13? I forget. I did use the installer, which said it was Next 13, but I don't know. Yes,
Next 13. Nice.
But it doesn't change too much in terms of my day-to-day. So all it's doing, the main thing that is cool to see is obviously just the API.
Yep.
Which is all it's doing. It's using the Cloudflare sort of apps. Should probably delete my env local. Just close that down for a sec. And yeah, so all it's doing is just processing those envs and then listing the videos based on the data received from Cloudflare stream, and then just yeah, pretty simple stuff.
Nice.
It actually took me a while to figure out, but eventually I got there, which is good for future though, because now I know the general basics of what I need to do to get this to work properly in the future.
Very cool. I'm gonna just kill that for a second. I'm gonna add. So, are you having any problems with it at the moment?
The main thing that I've just recently fixed was it's mostly just UI changes at the moment and getting a placeholder loader for these stream windows. So when you hit refresh, it doesn't actually do this and drop down. So it's a preloader. Because the preloader does work for the clips. If I do a Control Shift R, you can see there was a preloader there. So to cover that up. But there's nothing for the main clips. So I haven't figured how I'm going to do that yet. But otherwise, there's nothing that really breaks at the moment. The main thing I do need to figure out, though, which I'm a little bit concerned about, is the price. The cost of hosting on Cloudflare Stream may be a little bit out of my budget if the rate of views that I'm getting per video goes up. And considering I can't put a limit either on how much I'm willing to spend, it's kind of scary. So effectively, I can go up to an infinite number, and before I even can cancel it.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
exciting.
I'm sure Cloudflare could maybe do like a once-off. Hey, it's okay. Obviously, you weren't expected to pay that much. Maybe we can just let it slide this time. But who knows? Maybe they wouldn't, and I'd just be slapped with a massive bill. Because that's the other thing, right? What if someone just sent a bunch of fake bots, fake viewers that loaded up the video, that played it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, could they just artificially charge my account? How can they differentiate, right?
I guess the answer to that is,
interesting.
well, I guess they can.
Well, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
Is this working? Is it? I'm testing things out as you talk through stuff too. Encountered two children with the same key 0. Oh, do you want help with that? That's an easy fix.
Oh yeah, that's because I've done a
Clips.
I know exactly where that is.
Okay, let's see it.
It's because, oops. I have my push to talk key bound to mouse 4.
Oh no.
It's because I have this index. Wait, where was it?
Line 34. In the get clips function or component.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm doing key index here, and then also have the V down here. Oh no, it's because no, that looks right. Hold on, I'm gonna rechange my binds.
Fair enough.
Problem solved. Clips.
You can do it.
So under here, line 34 was complaining about, but there's nothing, no TypeScript here. There's only one key value.
It's not bound. That's not bound. Do you see that? Yeah, so you use the string key rather than the variable v. If you look at your code. So that should be with brackets around it, not parentheses around it, not the yep, that's the one. And it should be v.uid, I would say, would be the best one for that.
Yeah, because that's all I'm grabbing.
Yep, and then use a oh, that's probably fine. Should be fine. Cool. And then I'm just looking at skeleton cards map as well. I think that's the one. That's another one that's breaking, but we'll see. You save that and refresh. Yeah, so that is get clips, line 34.
Still doesn't like it, but that's because I probably got undefined or something on here.
No, it's complaining about there being a 0 for the key. So that makes me think it's line 31 that it's actually complaining about.
Well, this index I don't think actually exists.
Yeah. So where is that coming from?
So that's being imported from the skeleton, which is dead simple. I could probably redo this. So
that's okay.
Lines, but I just did it really.
Oh, go back to skeleton. You don't need the fragments around it, I don't think. No, you don't. So the fragments are useless there because it's got one root element.
These ones.
Line 3 and line 30.
Oh, yeah. I don't actually need these. You're right.
Yeah, so it just reduces some computation. And then, yeah, so if you look at map, if you hover over map, does it give you, okay, callback function that gets a value as the first, and then the second one's your index. So if you use underscore comma in front of index, that'll probably fix that problem for you.
Like in front?
Yeah, like that.
Like that?
Yeah.
What the heck does that do?
So underscore is just like we're just mapping the value each time to an underscore, which we don't care about, and then grabbing the index from the second parameter. Because if you hover over map, you see that the function that is a value of any and then index of number. So you can actually take away the number type as well, because it will infer that from what map expects. So if you delete that, yeah, that should still work. Yeah. And if you give that a go and refresh, you should find that your error is gone.
Hey,
nice job. There you go.
Interesting that this is the only one that it complains about. Which thumbnail is this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the first one. But it should be complaining about all of them because... Interesting. It's weird that it only complains about the first image, not any of the others. I guess, because it's the first image.
It was detected as the large contentful paint. Please add the priority property if the image is above the fold. Oh yeah, just do that.
But it means it's going to try and render all of these because they're all under the same...
oh, right.
That would be down here under image.
Okay.
I could do it.
Priority is false. What?
Still pretty fast either way.
Yeah. For now.
and they are only like 680 by like 480p images that I've got them.
Okay, cool.
So it should be fine.
It's looking good. It's looking really good, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I like this. I wish I need to find a way to get rid of the zeros that aren't actually used, so it just has the current time instead of displaying the whole 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
But that should fix those errors. Let's see if I get any errors on the other pages. Nah, that should be dead simple. Yeah, cool.
Nice. Very nice.
The other weird thing I'm facing is these buttons up here. So for some reason, Tailwind, and I'm not sure if it's because of the way I've programmed this Switch theme. What's happening is what I wanted to do is I wanted to default to the dark theme first because I don't care about the user system. I want it to be dark first.
Where is it setting the local storage?
Right here.
That's checking it.
Oh, so you're right.
And also local storage is always going to be null there because you haven't defined local storage anywhere. Unless I'm blind. No, it's not defined anywhere.
Huh. I wonder if that's my problem.
And it's also to set it. It's local storage.set. I'm pretty sure. It's window.local storage.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Let me grab the MD.
I'm
MDN
importing
docs.
this from Next Themes.
Yeah.
This is where I'm actually doing it from. Because it hasn't been updated in like 7 or 8 months though, so it could be broken.
Yeah, scroll down.
Actually updated 2 months ago.
Scroll down. Where is it using local storage?
Oh, actually, I remember investigating this. I don't think it's actually something that was supported in here. I had to find another way to do it to get it to default to that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Could be wrong.
Take a look at. Oops.
Also, the default code for this thing is a hydration mismatch, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I just sent you some code. There you go. So that's what local storage should look like when you're setting it and grabbing it.
So if I do... So window.local storage, or is it?
It depends. Next might be aware, might be updating the TypeScript so it knows about local storage as a global variable. That'd be sick, which is probably why it's not erroring for you. So you probably can just say local storage dot set item. There you go. Because obviously, if you're using server-side rendered, the window won't exist.
So what would this key be? Would that just be theme?
Theme, yeah.
Yeah,
But
this would just be dark.
But it would be in quotations, because theme, yeah, is not a variable. Neither is dark. Cool. Yeah, and put that inside the if type of window does not equal undefined thing as well, which is important. You don't want to set it there. That's inside an if statement. You kind of want to set it, at the beginning. So like outside of your function, and then put the if window is defined.
Oh yeah, this
around it. Yeah, exactly. Because if it runs on the server, that's useless. But when it goes to the browser, that's what should run. Cool.
Do I want it to be undefined though?
Yeah. No, that's if Windows undefined, not local storage. And then if you go to line 15, local storage, that should be .get and then theme in quotations.
In brackets, I'm assuming?
Quotations. Yeah, and parentheses around it. Yeah, because it's a function. Nice. No, not that part. After theme. Because you're retrieving a value and then checking it against whether it's dark. I'm not sure if line 16 will ever work, but that should be fine. Cool. Can't just, no. Can't just comment that out. You'd have to comment out 14 and 15 too. You could just by default add the dark class, but yeah.
But I don't need that. I'm just doing...
Go back. So that all that's saying is, so line 15, if we're supposed to be using the dark theme, or if theme hasn't been defined in local storage and the user prefers dark, then we set the dark theme class. Otherwise, we set...
we don't need any of that.
So you want to enforce it being dark?
Yeah, except and then just have the user click the button for the light mode if they want it.
In that case, you don't even need the if statement. I know, give it a go, see what happens.
This one. Probably need a
freshie.
One of these guys. Okay, well it's still dark. Still works. So I guess that's a good sign.
Now, does it save? So if you close that and you go to light mode, now refresh.
No.
Screw the user.
How do you mean? I'm telling it. But if I have it here, because this is checking if the local storage has been changed, which this isn't doing anyway. So let me just test this actually. Oh.
Okay, so I must have been wrong then. Local storage must be some sort of special thing. .theme is what you used before. Local storage.theme. Yep. So it must have been doing something.
Well, actually, I wonder if an incognito window is actually doing something funny. No. So it's still breaking because I think this is defining it manually every time. But if I do this refresh, then yeah. So that stays.
Cool. So is that working how you expect now?
Yeah, that's how it was working.
But
before.
it's like, so I
didn't actually do anything.
So what's the problem?
But the problem is when I do a dark background. I don't know, black. Sorry, actually, I want dark background, white, and then I want default background to be black. So this is for the button that changes the color, right? So refresh. See how that's white? It's not applying this dark.
Yeah, it is.
White.
Yeah, that's how it's.
Oh, sorry, it is, but it's not applying the background dark on the.
Okay, go back. Go to the end of that 24.
That's it.
Okay, hold on. Let me just think for a minute.
Because if you go to Tailwind.
Yeah. That's exactly how it should work.
It's exactly how it should work.
Yeah.
Because if you look here, it says dark background slate and then background white. That should stay white and then that should be slate. But it's not doing it.
Okay, so if you go back to your site and go to it in the browser and then we right click on that button, inspect it. Just click on it again one more time. Oh, no, like actually click the button again. So it's in dark mode. Okay. So you're expecting BG black there, right?
Yeah. And it's in there.
Yeah. But I'm looking on the right hand side at the applied styles. Prefers color scheme dark BG white is still being applied.
That's because of this.
No, it's because of the match media. No, that's not that either. That go back to it's what mode Tailwind is running in. So have you got Tailwind CSS?
Yeah.
No, sorry, in Next.js have you got a Tailwind config? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to set go back to the look for a class strategy. Oh no. Press
it's
escape.
already there.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Click that one. Okay. So that's what you need. That line. And then go back.
Under just module export.
Yeah.
Okay.
Comma. Yeah. And now it should work as expected.
Oh yeah, it already is. That's weird. I can't believe I missed that.
So the reason for that is because Tailwind by default uses only the browser media query as the way to set dark mode, whereas this is expecting dark mode to be set via a class from then on.
Right. Okay. Well, that kills all the weird stuff that I was trying to figure out earlier. Thank you for that.
That's okay. Easy as, bro.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The next steps will be chat time,
or fixing the money problem first,
and a little bit. What?
Oh yeah, I see that. That's not too hard to fix at all.
No, this is just I just need to make this responsive. I just need to add a class to the div and make it large only displays one. Medium only displays one.
If I may, you start with so go the grid thing, the overlaying grid for that, right? Yeah. And I'll show you how Tailwind expects you to design something. So go to the top level class. Where's the top of it?
There it is.
Okay, perfect. All right, so start there. Put your VS Code split screen with your browser. Nice. And if you want to be cheeky, like press Control B when you're in VS Code. That gets rid of that. Yeah. In fact, you can press like Control K and then press the Z key after, and that will go into like Zen mode. Anyway, so I thought I'd just tell you about that. All right. So let's open up in your browser. Let's open up the console again. And I don't know. I personally recommend having the console on the bottom because of how error messages and stuff.
Top
right?
Side guy.
No, never.
Are you sure about that?
100%. Yep. All right. So scroll that down.
Yeah. Where?
I like collapse that almost entirely, Okay, that's good. And then see the in the console itself, down the bottom, there's like 2 buttons at the top left of it.
Yep.
Yeah, you want the one on the right. That brings you to responsive mode. Change to like iPhone or something like that, whatever you think is most appropriate. And this is how you start designing. So start off with grid cols 1.
Well, I just need to do. Oops.
Grid cols
I need to
1.
do this.
Other way round. That's why I was.
Yes, good point.
Yeah. So you start. You design for mobile, and then you change your breakpoints. You probably want
A couple more.
Yeah, but yeah, check the next sizes up, I guess.
Well, I can just actually the way I like to do it is I just drag this out.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so medium you want like grid cols 2, and then large you want grid cols 4. Nice. There you go. Excellent. So yeah, you do your design in mobile, and then you add your classes on top.
Funny, that's not centered, but that's because I'm not telling it to be.
Yeah. Item center, yeah. Probably.
That's how we do it. No.
Flex center is like, I can't remember.
No, I think I actually just need to have flex in it.
No, because grid and flex.
Because grid is the same thing.
Yeah. Anyway, that's something for another time.
Justify center. So weird. It only affects the medium.
Yeah, the small.
The small, sorry. It's annoying. Oh well. I'll play with that later. That's no biggie.
But yeah, you just easily added responsive as a result of that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's like Tailwind kind of expects you design from mobile out.
Yes, yeah. I know. I have a bad method of doing it.
I mean, I do it too.
I'm lazy. I build for desktop. And
Desktop.
Like, yeah, it doesn't. It just doesn't quite look very good. So let me just add a couple of these here and there. And
Yeah.
But see, now the 1.5 times is too big because now it's kind of overlapping nearly.
So just add a bigger gap.
Exactly.
Gap of 8 after MD. Other way around.
Yes, I keep forgetting. There we go.
And then small, it should be nice.
That still looks.
It's just left aligning, I think. Yeah, but nice, easy.
Or is it a line?
It could be a line item center too. I'm pretty sure that's. Yes, just go grid. There, you had it there. Contents. Align content. There it is.
Yeah, it has to be grid.
Scroll down. Contents. To phantom container, nice. Which one did you just do? Wait, which one were you just on?
Justify items.
That works with grid.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Heyo. Nice job. It's looking schmick now.
Yeah, all responsive and nice. Very good.
Very cool.
probably adjust these gaps a little bit so it's a little bit less. But I was kind of after the whole YouTube style, because if you look at YouTube, it's literally just the extra large
Big Mac.
and then you just have the.
Oh, man, I so want to go out and get myself a Macca's meal right now.
No, don't do it.
If you were close by, be a Macca's run that.
That is suffering. That is pure
Long-term suffering.
Pure death to the veins, my friend.
That is. Anyway,
Dude, recently,
yeah.
no joke.
Remember your own stream?
Yeah. This is fine.
Good.
So I went camping on the weekend. And,
Oh yeah.
Because we didn't eat as much food, I have like my tolerance coming back for like larger meals is lower, and because I had like smaller meals on Monday, Tuesday so far. It's been like, oh wow, I had like a small meal from KFC because I was being naughty tonight, and with hanging out with my mate, and I couldn't eat it. I couldn't finish it, so I was actually very surprised by that. I mean, look, sure, I could have forced myself, but it would have been uncomfortable. So
yeah,
no, it's good. It's good. Definitely works.
Very nice. Good job, man. I have a question for you.
Sure.
That's stream related. After I've been on stream for maybe like, I don't know, half an hour or something, I start to get like a lurker on Twitch, but no one ever says hello. Is that just like a bot or something that's watching?
I mean, I do have your stream up in another tab.
There it is.
Are you saying just the one?
Yeah,
viewer?
I just have like one person that seems to just like tune in.
I haven't had your stream up before tonight.
Okay, yeah, interesting.
So that's kind of weird. Oh, there's two now. But I wonder if that's because it's me. So you can usually, in Twitch, you can usually see who the people in chat are.
Usually.
Yeah, look, here you go. You actually technically have these nodes.
Hold on. I think I closed it accidentally.
There you go, I just sent it in the chat.
Oh yeah, nice. Whoa, so it actually tells me who's in there. What the flip?
I think those are like active viewers and chatters.
What?
So it's not necessarily current.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like ones that are frequently in your chats.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. It'd be cool if they actually showed you who was there. So you'd be like, hey, what's up?
I'm pretty sure that is a thing.
Lizzie Beth. Oh,
if I log into my Twitch.
Let me have a look then. Man.
It's going to ask me for my two-factor.
This is pretty exciting if you can, like, very cool. Taking a look. Stream manager. Oh, look, I can introduce guest star. I didn't. Yeah, they've got this guest star functionality.
That's interesting.
Should I invite you as funsies?
Sure, I guess. But yeah, no, I think they must have changed it because it used to show you currently active viewers, but I don't know if it does that anymore.
Okay, yeah. No, I won't do that now. I can't be bothered. It's late. Yeah. Sup, man? Sup? Users. Oh, it does show me users in chat. Moderators, restream bot. Users. Wait, so it says there's like 5 people in here. MetaViews, Lizzie Beth, Commander Root, Alien. Surely they're not in chat right now.
No, I don't think they are. I think it's just people that commonly tune in, or bots that commonly tune in.
Oh, yeah, like half of these are like, oh, a couple of them are scantily clad chicks. So I assume it's like, it's probably just bots at that point. Yeah, 0 followers. Oh, maybe that's how they like get more streamers or something. I don't know. Is what it is. Oh, I'm gonna call it a night on the stream side of things.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I'm gonna jump off to bed now too, but that was fun. You
Yeah.
helped me fix a few problems. That was good.
Yeah, it worked out well. Kind of plan on trying to do stuff like that more often. I'd love to do streams where I just help people with their code as well, but that'll happen another time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Alrighty,
Appreciate
man.
hanging
Catch
out.
you later.
Champion.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And thank you to my streaming folk who have been joining on and off, and anyone who's watching the video afterwards. It's been a fun little night talking about Unison, going through some linode stuff, and talking some code review. So thanks for joining. Hope you have a fantastic evening. Stay groovy. Swipey boy, I think. Nah, cut. Good night.